guys, got a bunch of emails last couple of months of people asking me, hey, what's that, screen that's underneath your control panel and the navigation screen? So I just want to show you guys a little bit about the custom remote stealth Valentine 1 radar laser detector install that I did in my Shelby GT350. I've been doing custom radars, since like 1990. And I usually would take the Valentine 1 completely apart, and this is what I learned when I was a kid working in the city with a lot of the high-end custom shops, and we used to put the display in the rear view mirror. And I'll put a bunch of photos up here of some of the cars that I've done. I've done hundreds and hundreds of cars, exotic cars over the years, from Ferrari to Bentley to Rolls-Royce, you name it. And it's just a really slick install. It's undetectable. Some states, it is illegal to have a radar detector, but have it in the mirror, it's a super slick install. But like I said, this time around, I wanted to do something a little different. You guys see the mirrors. I've done these things time and time again. It's not even challenging anymore. Believe it or not, I used to take it up a next level. I used to integrate, some of the Mercedes-Benz models used to have the SOS, the map lights, the home link, all of that crap inside the mirror. And I would actually integrate the control panel for the V1 and the speaker and make all of the accessories work, including the auto dim. And that's what a lot of guys couldn't do. So I've had a graveyard of rear view mirrors in my possession for the last 20 years. And, with a lot of electronics and soldering and manipulating, I figured out ways on how to do all of this stuff. So this time around, I didn't really like underneath the radio, it had that little panel that said shaker. If you guys own this car, the stereo absolutely sucks. There was nothing shaker about it. I didn't really like the way it looked. It looked cheesy in my opinion. So I was like, you know what? I was going back and forth with the idea. Do I do it in the mirror like I always do in every one of my cars? Or do I do something different? I was actually thinking about cutting the display into the aluminum panel on the dash right above the oil pressure and the oil temp gauge. But then I was like, you know what? I don't really know if I want to go to that trouble of doing all of that, because that's going to take me freaking forever. And then I said, you know what? Might as well just throw it down below where it says shaker. It's kind of like a dead zone. There's nothing going on. It wasn't the easiest to do because I had to do a lot of work. And it just looks great. Having the control panel and the volume on the left side of the steering column, it's just perfect as a driver because, if you want to take your hand off the wheel for a second, it's really easy to turn it on and off, increase the volume, whatever you want to do. And then having the guts, the front and rear brains, and the antenna in the rear on the parcel shelf, it doesn't get interrupted by the navigation because the navigation screen gives off signals that could actually cause those things to false alarm like crazy. So it's got perfect sight from the front of the car, from the rear of the car. I use it on occasion, when I go on long trips and I want to go a little bit faster, and it works. It works great. It's super effective. And, I just want to show you guys a little bit about it. So I'm going to show you now. I'm going to drive around. You're going to take a look at the display, and I'll see you guys what's going on over here. And if you guys have any questions, if you guys want to do this on your own, hit me up. Maybe I can make some of this stuff for you. It's totally up to you guys. But, this is just one of those little things that I did, and I threw it together, and a lot of people were asking me what it was. And like I said, the car's clean. I said, let me just shoot a video of it right now, and I'll strap the camera, and you guys will see this thing in action. So guys, this is where I integrated the control panel for the Valentine 1 and the Shelby GT350. Here's the control knob here. I took the speaker, I rerouted it right next to it, and I drilled it in there, and I have a custom grommet that I made, so it looks factory, okay? Now, under the radio, right here, it used to say shaker, and I never really liked the way that looked because the stereo system sucks so bad. So this time around, I decided to do something a little bit different with the install. So I made a panel here. I made an acrylic lens, so it's flush. I wrapped it in the Alcantara so it matches the console. It just looks really, really slick. I'm going to show you guys when we go for a ride how it works. It's just in a good location. If I want to raise the volume or lower to turn it off, the flick of my fingers on the left-hand side of the steering column does that. Now in the rear of the car, you guys could see the brains of the unit are inside of a custom pod that I have a mold, and I cast them, and then I wrapped them. And then there's quick connects right underneath the rear parcel shelf if you have to service the car or do anything, and that's also wrapped in Alcantara. It's at the perfect site from the front window and the rear window, and it just works absolutely outstanding. It's super stealth, looks great, and I've been doing this stuff for so damn long. I just wanted to share it with you guys because a couple of people asked in some of my videos, hey, what's that thing underneath your radio? And yeah, it's the Valentine one, taken apart in a million pieces and remoted throughout the car. So I'm gonna strap the camera in the front, and I'm gonna show you guys how this stuff really works. So we're gonna turn it off. See the screen just went out? There we go. So we're gonna run by the speed camera again. I just moved the camera to pick it up a little bit closer. It's really hard to mount the camera to get a clear sight of that with the shift knob in the way and everything else. There's just not a lot of room. The other camera is going to be right here. It's going to start triggering it from the rear now. There we go. See? And it's giving you like, it gives you the strength counter of everything, being that we were right next to it and went up to full strength. So guys, hope you like this quick video I put together of the integrated stealth Valentine 1 radar detector. This modification can be done on any 2015 to 2018 Mustang. Doesn't have to just be a Shelby. And if it's something any of you guys out there, you know, we're interested in doing something like this, and you don't really have the skill to do all of this modification, hit me up. You know, maybe I could do some of this stuff for you as a DIY kit. You just plug it in. You know, very basic hand tools. You can knock out the install in an hour. I'll do all the hard work for you. But as long as you're patient, because like I said, I have another business that consumes a lot of my time, and stuff like this I'd have to do on my spare time in the evenings and on the weekends, but I will get it done because I enjoy doing it, and that's just what it's all about. So there it goes, guys. So you hear it? There's actually a speed sign right behind me, and you guys can see that in action. I'm actually gonna make a U-turn. I hit that thing every day because it tells me to slow down. So, here we go. So you see that? It's showing the location of it straight ahead. And it's telling me my speed is 42 miles an hour in a 30. So, and then if I want to just lower it, you know, just turn the knob. Just knock it down a little bit. It's not a big deal. So, guys, hope you you think this is a cool, pretty cool mod. And, you know, I don't know what you guys are doing. Some of you guys are doing the mounts that are underneath the rear view mirror. I think those things suck. When I bought the car, I actually popped one in, a friend of mine had, and the noise it made clicking against the windshield, I was just like, no, not having that. I don't want wires hanging behind the rear view mirror. You know, I'm just really particular when it comes to this kind of stuff. So, you know, a little bit of time. It took me about a full day to tear the car apart and do all of this work and figure it all out. But, you know, it works. It works well. It's clean. It's non-invasive as far as, like, you know, anything major modified to the car. You know, if you ever sell the car, you can sell it with the car. If you choose not to, you can very easily just buy a shaker replacement panel and buy a parcel shelf in the steering column for about like 80 bucks. So I don't think that's that bad of a deal to sacrifice to do some of this stuff. But it just makes a lot of sense. If any of you guys out there, you know, interested in something like this for your 2015 to 2018 Mustang, doesn't have to be, you know, a Shelby. This pretty much goes across the board with any of the S550 platform. You know, send me an email. You know, I mean, like I said, for years, I would do the mirror conversions and everything else in the car for custom shops all over the world, literally. You know, I've done hundreds of these jobs. You know, I would sell it as a kit where you basically, the shop, if they were a stereo shop or even an authorized like Ferrari shop, they would pretty much just plug and play everything in, just connect the power to ground right into the fuse panel, and everything was plug and play. Very simple to do. And, you know, we've been doing that stuff for years. I mean, I still do it. I don't do it as much as I used to. I mean, at one point, I was making about 15 to 40 kits a month. I mean, that, like, for people all over the country. So, you know, a lot of guys now are using those escort systems where you got to pull the bumpers off and drill behind the core support and all of that. And to be honest with you, you know, if you guys want to use that, that's totally your choice. Personally, I think that's overkill, because a radar detector is not going to save your ass every time, and I'm just going to tell you that now. So I think the V1 still looks killer. You know, I like the LEDs. I like the way it looks. It just works for me. It's never let me down. It hasn't let hundreds of customers down over the years, and it's just my go-to solution. I mean, you know, some guys like the Passport, the Escort, whatever. You know, it depends on how crazy you guys want to go. You know, because some of those installs, I know, like the Ferrari dealer, they charge like over $3,000 to put those in a car, brand new out of the factory, and then the guys that put them in, they butcher the crap out of the cars, because a lot of those cars have come to me and I've actually had to repair them. So, you know, we did a work on a brand new California Ferrari, the California T, when it came out, and I had to do headers and a bunch of things in that car, and we had to respray the front bumper because the guy smashed it, and when we took the bumper off, they chewed up the core, the foam core inside the bumper. Looked like they did it with like a hacksaw. And it was just shoddy work, man. A lot of guys do shoddy work. And, you know, a lot of guys have to make money. They have to be on the clock to knock that stuff out. And, you know, you got to pull the bumpers off. Then if the bumper doesn't line up, there's just a lot going on. So if you guys want to do an upgrade like this, you know, you could buy the V1 kit, you know, for $400, and, you know, whatever. You can still be all in and done for well under $1,000, and have a really slick install. And it's non-invasive. You guys could do it yourself at home if you guys are handy, or you could have a local stereo shop, you know, plug and play all the stuff, and you're good to go. So any questions, comments, post it below. autofanatic@yahoo.com. See you guys soon.